Hey guys, this is What Up here, and welcome to NASCAR, the game, insane game, for race 2 at 36 for the running at Phoenix. I don't know what the name of the race is actually going to be called, but as you recall from the last race we did was at Daytona. Point standings here real quick, it's the same as Daytona 500, don't really need to repeat that. So we're going to go head in straight into Phoenix, and I'll be back in a second when this game loads. Alright, so here's the settings. Advanced champion difficulty, 19 laps, 1 times wear, cautions on, black flags on as well, damage on full. We're going to accept the changes, and we're going to head straight into qualification. And yes, I will be using a setup, if nobody knows what the setup I'm going to be using, it's just 1222 for tire pressure. That's really it. That's all I'm going to be doing for this. Just wanted to let everybody know, just in case. So we're going to put it to 1222, put in our custom setup, and I'm going to do qualifying here real quick. But before I actually start to do the qualifying lap, I'm going to lower my brake bias as low as possible because it'll loosen the car up just a little bit more, so it'll help me out in the long run. So once I do that, I'll begin qualifying. Alright, set down to 42.75. We're about to begin this lap in qualifying. Heading off turn 4 right now. I'm not quite sure what the lap time will be exactly, and it's going to be 15th. Ugh. Yeah, 15th looks like it's where it's going to be. I really couldn't improve my lap time anymore. I mean, I think I might have been a 10th off from that lap, but just in some of the runs I did, I can get 6th, and another one I got 10th, so I guess 15th is just kind of a little bit off. I don't know, maybe it's just me choking, but 15th, I mean, isn't that bad, but it's not going to give me the win. I could probably run a 26, what the heck, a 20. Well, I mean, it's still a good lap time, but just the leaders have way better ones, so oh well. So we're going to continue. 15th isn't that bad. I can probably swing a top 10 out of this, so I mean, it's not like it's not possible. Also, in this game, you can head in straight into the race, and it will save your previous setup. So unlike 14 and 15, you don't have to do that, but I just do it just to be safe. So we're going to begin this race, and we're going to get our very sexy introduction that this game always provides. And I'm just kind of curious how it will all look like. Some textures are kind of popping in and out a little bit there, but we get a beautiful thing of the freaking mountains and stuff, and you got the finish line. Kyle Busch will be on the pole, Harvick second, Gordon third, Edwards fourth, just barely kind of solid on the screen. Okay. And we get our trophy here if we win, which it probably won't happen, but I feel a top 10. I feel a top 10. We'll see what the hell happens. Pace car is off down pit road, and Kyle Busch will lead us down to the green flag for this race. Get ready. And the green flag's out. We're underway for 19 laps here at Phoenix. It's weird because in my practice runs, it was like 18. I don't know why it's 19 here. Unless the game still thinks it's 600 miles or something. I don't know, it's weird. My goal for this race is to really just kind of maintain a top 10 finish here and stay on the inside line here and try to gain as much positions as possible early on this race before my tires kind of fall out. And we kind of did just that in this first lap. It only gave me about 2 spots, 1 spot maybe. Jeff Burns kind of holding on the inside line there a little bit too much, so I really couldn't do anything. But we're just going to throw the car way off the track, go 4 wide, try to get a top 10. Really, it's extremely important to gain as much spots as you can early on in the race because the tire wear in this game, all the other AI cars don't really have any sort of fall off, so you really got to push the car as much as possible, which is kind of like the exact opposite of what you want to do early on in the race. But this is what you got to do in this game too in order to survive. So I'm just going to brake a little bit early. Oh, God, got really close to Brad there. Again, on this game compared to 2011, you can go very, very low on the track. And it does have a lot of grip going way below the yellow line. And again, like I need to address, it is legal to do. Oh, God, please. Can I get to the bottom? Okay. Whew. If I gave that opening just a little bit, Ken just could have stuck his nose in there and just completely spun me out. And even though I was in lap traffic, or not lap traffic, near the freaking leaders and all this sort of stuff, I did manage to get the fastest lap of the race. I don't really know how it's possible because I was around traffic the entire time and Harvick isn't. That just shows how, I guess, good we are on fresh tires, but we'll start to kind of, I wouldn't say fade, but it'll just get much harder to do. Again, this is all thanks to the help of the track bar, or not the track bar, but adjusting the tire, and it didn't freaking set in the race. What the fuck? It's normally set in my freaking practice runs, and I was doing it. I'm doing both at once. But in the practice runs I did, it always stayed like that. I didn't know it switched during the freaking race. That's no wonder why I didn't feel like I was gaining as much spots as I would like. Ah, shit, that's 5 extra laps I could have had that on. Alright, so now when I do these races, I gotta be aware of that. And also I gotta be aware that Dale Deere doesn't turn me. Shit, and I hit the freaking wall by accident, but that's mainly because I was trying to fix that. Ah, shit. If I actually had that set, it would have made my car a little bit looser. As you kind of see in the back end, got a tiny bit sideways going into the corner. It kind of goes to show that the car is a little bit more looser when I do that. And also, I don't have as much brake lockup as I would before, so it does help. It helps making the car a little bit loose, and also it helps that it doesn't lock up the brakes as much and getting the tires a little bit warm in the front. But, I wish I did that sooner, because now I don't think I can catch them. I mean, obviously, even my lap times, even like 7 laps in, are still pretty freaking good. Oh, we're going to lean up on Kyle Busch there just a little bit. Again, he did start up on the pole, and he did lose a couple of spots here. Yeah, Harvick's now leading. I can't remember who was leading in the 2012 race here at Phoenix. I'm thinking Harvick, but I think he ran out of fuel or something. I can't remember. It's been a couple of years, obviously. Well, 4 years exactly. I'm going to throw the car into 1 here once again. The AIs do like to slope quite a bit going into 1 for whatever reason. But we're going to kind of make it work, but then Kyle's going to get us the crossover, or try to. We're going to just close the door on him. Now we're just going to try to put the car into 3 and just try not to lose as much spots. It always seems like the AI, for some reason, they lose a lot of ground going into turn 1, but then turns 3 and 4, they gained almost all what they lost somewhat. But I just gained such a run going into 1, it kind of makes up. It's a very strange way that the AIs are programmed here, but it's oddly evenly matched in a weird sense. But it's not in the way you want it to, but again, I don't know. I don't really think I have a shot to win. I could be very damn near close. If I just had my tire pressure set, or not my tire pressures, my freaking brake bias set from as soon as the race started, it would have helped. But again, I don't know. But again, we're still nailing fast lap times, and that's just crazy. Like, I'm not that freaking fast. And Edwards is kind of pinching us towards the outside wall there. I just nicked it a tiny bit. We're going to throw the car into 3, break it down quite a bit, push the car up in the corner just a little bit. And Edwards is going to get the run off, and now is the best chance to get the pass on when we're somewhat near him going into 1. So we're just going to throw the car in there. Very, very deep and aggressive. We just barely make it stick, but Edwards is going to try to do the crossover once again that Kyle Busch tried doing. And we're just going to make it stick. Again, we're about almost a second behind Kevin Harvick. I don't really know if we can catch him unless, he gets caught in some lap traffic, because turns 3 and 4, I don't know what it is. They just get such a run off. Like, they gain maybe about a tenth or two off the corner. There's really nothing much I could really do to really improve on that. The only thing I can do is maybe gain like 3 or 4 tenths going into 1 and try to just survive getting off of 3 and 4. It all really depends on when this lap traffic comes into play for Harvick, because if he gets caught in some lap traffic, it's going to slow him down, then I can have a shot to catch him and maybe win this damn race, which I could go for 2 for 2, but I don't need a choke. I don't need a freaking choke, alright? Again, lowering the brake bias does help quite a bit. If I didn't have that, I probably would be screwed, so I don't know. Like I said, it's just this Let's Play will be very difficult. It will be challenging, as you see right now. I'm not really catching. I'm kind of catching them, but it's only in small increments, which, again, it is kind of challenging the way that I have it set up here. And I feel like this is probably the best way to do it on this game when it comes to at least short burst runs. I feel like that's like the only way you can really get a true challenge from the AI on this game. Again, we're just slowly but surely catching them. Again, the tire wear, is kind of, it's taking its toll now near the end of this race. I'm staying maybe about half a second or so behind Harvick. It all depends on when Harvick catches these lap traffic and see if I can gain on them. But as you see, his strength is so much better off the corner at 4. But we're slowly but surely gaining on them. I just need to take these corners just a little bit slow so I can duck it down low below the yellow line to get a little bit more grip. I just don't know. It's gonna be close. I mean, I really can't afford to really overdrive the corner, because I'll lose all that I've worked to try to get to this point. And I've done pretty well this race in terms of managing how I approach these corners and everything, but it's just the fall off is starting now kind of kick in. I'm still just a bit behind. I'm trying everything I can to gain as much as I can possible on Harvick, and it just, I don't know. I really wish I would have put my brake bias down as soon as the race started. I only put it down just to show you that I had it on to where it was, and it didn't. It reset itself, so that kind of sucked. Because in the practice runs I did, it never did that, so that kind of threw me for a loop. It looks like Harvick's about to catch. Looks like Joe Nemechek here in the final laps now. This could play a factor, at least maybe catching him. If I can just get someone near him getting into one, I can really freaking kamikaze the shit out of the corner and have a shot. But I don't know. Harvick is kind of slowing up a little bit. I'm trying as hard as I can to hold the bottom line, and it just... got 2 laps left to go. If Harvick can get held up in his lap traffic, which he kind of is right now, a lot actually, and we're just going to try to pin him down here as a pit. Or pick, I don't know which the terminology is the best to use. And look at that, we're side by side with Harvick for the lead. And now we're going to split Joe Nemechek. Now we're 3 wide going into 3. We're going to throw the car in there. If we can just make the bottom stick, or at least, you know, kind of block Harvick here. Getting off of 4, we make it just work. Just because of a lap traffic that got into Harvick's way could play into a factor of us getting the lead and winning this. Well, obviously we're in the lead, but win this race. We choked the shit out of the corner going into 1. And almost freaking hit the wall there. I was so excited, I almost derped. Now all we gotta do going into 3 and 4 is just hit our marks, hold the bottom line. I don't care whatever the fuck line that was. We're just gonna maintain it just a little bit off the final corner. And by some act of miracle, we are gonna win this race 2 for 2 in this Let's Play right off the bat. It was not fucking easy. I mean, it took so much concentration. Even though I was talking like throughout the entire time, it was extremely hard to really hold, you know, maintain that consistent kind of like just lap times or just consistent racing there. And now from being 15th too, like I didn't even think I was gonna have a shot to win this race starting that far back, even with the tire pressures or the freaking brake bias. I'm getting confused. Whew, man, that was difficult. Like, that was really freaking hard. If it wasn't for the lap traffic, I wouldn't have caught Harvick, because near the end of that race, my tires were just falling off like terrible. And thanks to the game for adding in that 1 extra lap. I believe even in 2011, it was only 18 laps. I don't know why it's 19. Even if it was 600 miles and it was nailed down to like 3% or something, it should have been that much. But our Davey Quickie tribute is done, and yes, it was perfectly fitting because Alan Quickie, that was his first win, was at, you know, Phoenix. So that couldn't have been any more fitting. And it's in a shitmobile too, which Alan Quiggie's car was kind of like that. Well, mainly it's because it was a single car team, but you get the point. After we finished that awkward celebration Gil Myland had, Harvick gets 2nd, Junior 6th. Kyle Busch, who started on the pole, ended up getting 4th. Newman 9th, so my former car number I did in 2011, still doing pretty damn well in this Let's Play so far. Keselowski 9th, Burton 10th. I look for the rest of the finishing order, and Joe Nemechek last. He was the only lap car we did lap down. So that was Phoenix. That was fucking hard. That was that was difficult. Like, I'm not gonna sit like that was hard. Like that. I was trying so damn much, trying to just pace myself, just trying to catch her. I went from maybe about 1.1 seconds to maybe about 0.4 of a second. That took forever. Oh my god, that was hard. That was a legit hard fucking race to win, just trying to nail my marks. If it wasn't for the lap traffic and everything, and oh damn, that felt very satisfying. It felt more satisfying than Daytona. So we're gonna look at the point standings here after Phoenix. Obviously, I am still the points leader by about 17 points over Edwards. Obviously, the points are going to shake up quite a bit after Daytona and then here, because Daytona, anybody can finish well. So this is how it shakes up right now. It's a bit of a mess, but it'll kind of even its way out throughout the season. But yeah, that was that race. That was... Whew, I'm emotionally and physically drained from that. That was fucking difficult. So next race will be at Vegas, race 336. Can I go for 3 for 3? Like I said in Phoenix, I just thought I can get a top 10 maybe, or even top 5, but I proved myself wrong, I guess. I don't know. So I don't think I can win at Vegas, but we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I always appreciate the love, feedback, and support all of you give me in the comment section below. This is your host, What If, and I'll see you all at the next race. And as always, to remember to have a good day, everyone.